So congratulations on your first full-length project. How are you feeling?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The countdown is on. We are literally 2 days away, and I cannot wait until it's out.
You having any late night jitters, little nerves?
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm like toggling between like so excited I can't sleep, like Christmas morning excited, and then going, "Oh my gosh, but is this done? Oh my gosh, but are we ready for this?"
For sure, for sure. What are you most like nervous about, do you think, about people hearing this project?
I wouldn't even say nervous. My hope, I would say my biggest hope is, I know a lot of times when new projects come out, when there's songs that are already out, people tend to like skip over those. But I was
Right.
really intentional about the way I put it together. So I really hope that people will just hit play on the very first song, which is Country Can, and go on the whole journey with me instead of just, oh, I already know this song. Let me see what else is new. I really want people to listen to it as a whole thought because that's how I laid it out.
For sure. And I've gotten a chance to listen to it. I love it.
Thank
And
you.
like you said, talking about like the journey of the project. So there's a lot of topics covered, obviously. There's a couple happy songs, a couple very heartbreaking songs,
Right.
a lot of love songs. Is there a song that you think like you felt most vulnerable writing, and like has that affected how you wanted to release it, or if you wanted to get that deep on the project?
Yes, absolutely. Too Much and Not Enough is the last song on the record. And I think that some people will probably think it's an interesting choice to land on a song that's extremely introspective, extremely honest and vulnerable. But I feel like that's where I wanted to land because there's still so much story left to tell. We're going to put out more music. We're going to have the rest of the story. But I just wanted to take people on this journey of like happy Hannah and in love Hannah, and then arrive here at this place that's like, if you've listened to the other 12 songs, then you really know me. Now let's go all the way there. Let's get really deep and really vulnerable. And I'm just excited for it.
Is there a topic that you've written for this project that you haven't wrote about before? Or?
I don't know necessarily a topic. I think there's a song that is speaking to, so there's a song called Still on this project. And it's a song that I wrote towards my friend. And so it's not about really my love story or what I've gone through. It's literally a song for a friend. And so I hope that when people listen to it, they go, oh, I know exactly which person in my life needs to hear this song. Because
Right.
it's more of a song that's about me seeing a friend go through something, continue to date the same person, continue to let someone that doesn't love them well pretend to love them. And
Right.
I think that it's just that's a really unique perspective that I think is something that I haven't really heard a lot of songs like that. So I'm excited for people to hear that one.
For sure. And you did the same thing with the song for your sister as well, right?
Right. And it's a little different where someone else's heartbreak, I kind of sang it a little more from her perspective. I put myself in her shoes, and although I was like a little bit on the outside, the song itself comes from her perspective, versus Still is literally just a song that is like from one friend to another.
Right. Do you find it more difficult trying to write from someone else's perspective, or is it like more of a challenge, or?
No, I really
Like,
love it. I'm a super empathetic person by nature. That's like my personality. Like when my people go through things, I really feel those things. And a lot of the things they're going through are things that I've experienced as well. So
right.
it wasn't too hard to tap into what does it feel like to get your heart completely shattered?
Right. You're like, I've already been there. I just
Been
it's
there.
not this current place and time.
Right.
How did you decide which songs you wanted to include, and how many do you think you wrote for the project?
Man, now that was the difficult part. I feel like I already almost have a second project done based on how many songs that we have that we love. But, I kind of started with the core group of songs that I really knew needed to come out. The Country Can, Wine Country, That Girl, because that was the name of the project. I knew it was an introductory song. And then I kind of built from there. And I said, what other parts of the story do people need to know and need to hear on this very first project? How is the best way to get to know them 3 minutes at a time?
I know you just said you felt that girl was a great like introductory to you and to the project. Like, can you give us a little bit more insight on like what led you to choosing that song? And like naming the album after it?
Yeah, I mean that song to me is such a tell-all of my personality, which is I feel like when I was younger, I was constantly trying to just become this ideal version of whatever I thought I was supposed to be, or whatever the ideal girl, if you will, would be. And as I've grown through the songs in the project, through the time that I wrote this record, I realized that it's just embracing who you are. And I think that song really captures that. It says, hey, you know what? I'm going to cry over the breakup. I'm going to get too excited at the parties. I'm going to fall too hard and care too much. And that's just me. I wear my heart on my sleeve and take it or leave it, baby.
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned, like from that to now, just to be you?
Yeah. I think the biggest lesson for me is just to not be scared of being myself. If I'm going to be emotional, be emotional. If I want to be strong and I want to be confident and independent, be confident and independent, to wear whatever I am in that moment and not feel like I need to change it or alter it for the people I'm around.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a favorite lyric from this project?
I would say a lyric that sums up the project would be, there's a line in That Girl that says, I'm the kind of girl that wears my feelings like a t-shirt. And I think that every song on the record will back up that statement.
For sure. So it's because we are Celeb Secrets. Is there anything that we would be surprised to hear about the making of this album, or just any secret that you bring into a co-writing session, or something that you use to, get ready, or something fun?
That's a really good one. I would say that I'm not very good at keeping secrets, honestly. I'm always going to be whoever I am. I'm always going to say, outside of like, Hannah, you can't tell anybody this. I'm good at those secrets. But when it comes to myself, I just lay it all out there. And I thought I did that for real until I wrote Too Much and Not Enough. And then I was like, okay, now I've really laid it all out there. So I guess the biggest secret would be, I think sometimes as artists, we do this thing where I like to call it curated vulnerability, where we share just enough to make you feel like we're sharing a lot. And Too Much and Not Enough, I kind of took off all parameters and said, I'm going to genuinely overshare. I'm going to make myself uncomfortable to write this song and to share that out in the world on the internet and allow people to kind of see my real insecurities. I would say that's what I'm most excited about when it comes to any secrets I might be sharing on this record.